This episode of Destructoid is brought to you by Jack Threads. Coming up on Destructoid, SimCity shows us 9 minutes of actual gameplay. Retro City Rampage is finally coming out, for real this time. And there's Star Wars news. Just awful, terrible, terrible Star Wars news. Right now on Destructoid. Not live, just regular. Go.
Welcome to Destructoid. I'm Tara Long.
And I'm Max Scoville.
Happy Friday, Max!
Happy Friday!
And happy Friday to you. I'm saying that to a camera because there's actually nobody watching this live.
There's nobody watching this live. We couldn't do this live because we're working on some things that you'll be seeing
Super
next
secret
week.
videos that you will see very soon.
Top secret videos we can't talk about.
So why don't we hop right into the news, shall we? SimCity is a game that we haven't talked about in a while because I guess, frankly, there hasn't been much to talk about. But EA just released a 9-minute walkthrough with the game's lead designer, Stone LeBrand, and it's pretty freaking awesome. It seems like Maxis is really harping on player choice this time around and being able to craft different specializations for your town. In his walkthrough, LeBrand decides to create a casino city. And of course, you have to make sure that your town's basic needs are taken care of before anything else. Or Sim Poop will just flow freely through the streets. That's actually not what's happening here, but that is poo, in case you're wondering. There is a lot more freedom in not just what you can build also, but how you build it. For instance, you might have noticed that there are curved roads now, which is completely new to SimCity. The
future is here.
I know, I can't believe it took this long.
They're gonna have to put steering wheels in the cars. It's crazy.
That's weird. You can also create zoning areas to build certain kinds of roads. You can build residential, commercial, or industrial, and all of that just kind of adds to the overall strategy of the game. Going back to the example in the video, LeBrand has a casino, and he needs to figure out how to attract people to it. And obviously, you don't want to place it like too close to a neighborhood, since it'll make your Sims unhappy. But you also want people to have easy access to it, and especially tourists. So the best solution here is to use a mode of public transportation, of which there are 5. The game has buses, streetcars, trains, boats, and planes, which is awesome. The guy builds a train station right next to the casino, and voila! Business is booming. It's really that simple. It's pretty interesting the way everything kind of works together, almost as though it were a delicate ecosystem, not unlike planet Earth's.
It's like a simulated city.
Yes, almost.
SimCity.
Not quite, though. The only real downside I can see is that you do have to be logged into Origin, and you will need a persistent internet connection, though it's asynchronous, so if there's a hiccup in your network, it shouldn't really affect you. In the meantime, SimCity will be out in February 2013 for both PC and Mac. They originally said it was going to be PC only, but they've announced now that a Mac release will be concurrent with the PC one. It's also up for pre-order right now on Origin, and if you pre-order either the limited edition or the digital deluxe version, you'll get the SimCity Heroes and Villains set, which EA describes as a battle between Maxis Man and his longtime nemesis, Evil Dr. Doom.
God, EA is really trying to put action into all of their games, regardless of the genre.
Maxisman. God, that's a good one. I recommend checking out the whole gameplay walkthrough if you're interested. I will put a link down in the episode description below so you can visit it with ease.
We always do that, you know. We always put links in the episode description. So anyway, October 9th is already slated to go down as a day that gamers will not soon forget until probably next month, thanks to XCOM and Dishonored. And now it looks like we have another game coming next Tuesday, and it's Retro City Rampage.
Holy crap!
Yeah, that's right. The often delayed 8-bit Grand Theft Auto parody title is finally coming to PC, PS3, and Vita next Tuesday for $15. We've been looking forward for this for years. It's been in the works for ages. Brian Provinciano has been working very hard. I've gotten to play it at numerous conventions. I talked to Brian on a bunch of occasions. We just hang out. We're friends at this point.
Sure.
Oh, and did we mention that the entire staff of Destructoid is in it? Yes,
Hello.
It's true. There's like a picture of me from like a year and a half ago in there. So that's how long he's been working on it. You're going to be able to get it for PSN. If you buy it for PS3, it'll work for PS3 and Vita. Yes! On PC, you'll be able to buy it from Steam. You can also buy directly from RetroCityRampage.com, which will get you a Steam or a goodoldgames.com, GOG.com code, as well as a DRM free download. So awesome stuff. Brian obviously pays attention to what people want. If you're waiting on the XBLA or WiiWare versions, you're going to have to wait a little bit longer. XBLA will come once a release slot is finalized, and it should be coming to WiiWare shortly. All you Wii owners with cobwebs covering your skeletons.
This was so sudden. I just heard about this today, and it's like, oh, hey, this is coming out 3 days from now.
Yeah, well.
I know, we wouldn't even have time for a review, but we will definitely be talking about it on a show next week. God, I'm really excited for that. So moving on, if you guys watched any of our PAX coverage this year, you might remember me talking about the unfinished Swan, which was, now that I think about it, probably my game of the show. I've had time to digest things a little bit. This game was first announced back in 2008 as a tech demo, and it eventually got picked up by Sony to be published as a PSN exclusive. And now, 4 years after that, it's finally seeing the light of day. If you're not familiar with the game, you play as an orphan named Monroe, who's recently lost his mother, and the last thing she left him was an unfinished painting that she made of a swan. So one day after she dies, the swan gets up and travels outside of the painting and leads Monroe into this fantasy world where everything is white. You can't see anything around you, and all you have is a can of black paint, which you have to throw in order to expose your surroundings and so you can navigate the world around you. It's a really unique and interesting mechanic, and I was honestly surprised when I played it at PAX because you very much do get those good emotions from exploring a place, and I'm sure you felt this much like I did. In Skyrim, for instance, the first time you walk around Skyrim, you just have like such good feelings. It's a crazy feeling, but at the same time, it's also kind of jarring in the unfinished Swan because, you know, as humans, we have this inherent fear of the unknown, and there are several points in the game where you're faced with a completely unexplored area. The screen is just white, and you'll toss out a paintball expecting it to land, 20 feet away and uncover a bridge or something, and instead the entire screen just goes black like that, and you realize that you were actually standing like 6 inches in front of a wall the entire time. So it kind of combines the excitement of exploration with that fear of uncertainty, and I mean, it's not a scary game, but I talked to the creator of the game at PAX this year, and he said that there's actually way more to it than just throw black paint on a white background. That's like, kind of the only mechanic that they've actually shown off, but apparently later on they do introduce new colors and new environments and new characters, and like I said, they've been pretty selective with what they've shown off so far, which I also think is because it's sort of like Journey in the sense that you want to experience the game completely fresh. So I'm super excited about it. I'm really going to try to review it on our show, and I promise I won't reveal too much information. That will be out on PSN exclusively October 23rd. PlayStation Plus members will get it a week early on October 16th, and it will cost $14.99. I'm going to go ahead and predict that this is a shoo-in for Indie Game of the Year.
Wow, it sounds like a depressing-ass Harold and the Purple Crayon.
I was thinking about that, actually, but the actual storyline is depressing, but when you play it, it's not sad
Okay, that
at
sounds like lots of fun, Tara.
Yeah.
Remember last episode when I was feeling hopeful about Star Wars video games because that leaked box art for Star Wars First Assault? Well, that glimmer of hope has been backburnered, or just completely burnt away, I'm not sure which. Yesterday, the official Angry Birds Twitter posted a mysterious image of what appeared to be a round thing covered in brown fabric.
Ew.
Today, they added what's clearly a lightsaber hilt to the image with the caption, "Next Big Thing." Then, because the majority of people who care about Angry Birds are either children, stupid, or stupid children, they posted an animated GIF on the official Tumblr for Angry Birds of a lightsaber being ignited because it was unclear before that Star Wars Angry Birds. At the bottom, they put the extremely cryptic message, Times Square, New York, October 8th, 10 a.m. Eastern, and then added, hint, head to Toys R Us at 8 a.m. Eastern. At this rate, we're probably going to have a full press release in just over 2 weeks. If you didn't figure it out already, Rovio is announcing Star Wars Angry Birds at 10 a.m. on Monday at Toys R Us.
But you'll want to be there at 8,
right,
just
because
to be
of the
sure.
screaming children. Okay, admittedly, I know that everyone hates on Angry Birds. It's a well-made game. I respect Rovio. That one with the pigs and the Banjo-Kazooie, the nuts and bolts game, that's an okay game. I like that. I'm not super mad about the game itself. I think I'm just more angry about the fact that I'm probably going to have to see an Angry Birds t-shirt with Boba Fett on it at some point. And I'm mad enough at the people wearing Angry Bird shirts already. Like, if it's a little kid, that's whatever, but when I see like a grown man on the street and he's wearing an Angry Bird shirt, it makes me angry, and I don't know why that is. I don't know what's wrong with the people who do that. If you do that, just please stop it, because it's a bad thing. You should just go get some of those big dog shirts, because those look like formal wear by comparison. So anyway, Star Wars Angry Birds, because George Lucas needs more money. And so do we. Let's read a word from our sponsor.
Let's do that. Fun fact, everyone. Only suckers pay full price. It's true. I read it in an encyclopedia. Fortunately, we have Jack Threads. It's an invite-only shopping club that takes the dirty work out of shopping for clothes and saves you a literal buttload of cash in the process. They've got all kinds of apparel in stock, from skatewear to surfwear and everything in between. And if you're not a fashion guru, no problem. With Jack Threads, you can search by season, trend, even the basics if you're in the market for something a little more classic. Did I mention that it's all on sale? All of it. Everything on Jack Threads is marked at up to 80% off what you'd pay in a store, so there's really no reason to not check it out. Typically, there is a wait list to join, but we like you so much, we'll let you skip the line for free. Just head over to jackthreads.com/destruct and sign up. Again, that is jackthreads.com/destruct for all of the clothing. All of it.
Fun fact, that's where I got this jacket.
Oh,
Yeah.
lovely jacket.
I just got it yesterday.
Oh, I like this detail.
Don't touch me.
Okay.
So anyway, if you've been living under a rock for the past 6 months, 2 of the biggest games of the year are coming out on Tuesday. There's Dishonored and then there's XCOM Enemy Unknown. We can't talk about either of them until Monday morning, but we're going to have full reviews for both of them over on youtube.com/rev3games, as well as a ton of other supplemental fun bonus coverage. So please just go and subscribe to there, which is Rev3 Games, the YouTube channel. Go just right there. We're also going to be talking about XCOM on Monday's show, on Monday's Detoid show, obviously, and our pal Anthony Carboni is going to hop over for a couple minutes to talk about Dishonored, because he has been playing it. It is an exciting day for the video games.
It really is.
There will be more of those days in the coming months.
Isn't every day exciting for video games?
Before Christmas, they released the video games to the stores so that the parents can buy them for the kids. That's you. Anyway,
Thank you, Bill Cosby.
I don't know.
And that's about all the time we have for today. We'll be back here on Monday. Again, I apologize this episode was short, but it's only because we're working on so many other awesome videos. And in the meantime, if you want to keep up with us, please go follow us on Twitter. I am Tara Longest. He is Max Scoville. And together we are Detoid Show on Twitter. Have a safe and lovely weekend.
Yeah, don't wear any Angry Bird shirts.
Go.